Okay. I don't know what just happened, but I wanted to share this with you. The Spirit of God just kept revealing things to me, and what kept pulling in my spirit, the word that just kept coming up was the undercurrent. I have the gift, we all have the gift. I have the gift of being able to see things for what it truly is and not what the physical eye sees. And I have hid from that. I have not fully accepted it because of my just the human part of me, my experiences, how I thought I had to show up, my own sense of ego, self, pride, fear, many different reasons that has not allowed me to accept what I know intuitively. But those days are over. I have stepped into and accepted what I've always known. Oftentimes, what we see with our physical eye can be our own demise or can get in the way of what we know intuitively and accepting that truth, right? So if someone were to say, if God were to tell you that you are healed, right? And you look at your, I don't know, physical results, or you might look at, you might still have a pain in your leg, or, you're looking at what's happening tangibly and what you are feeling versus what you know intuitively. And sometimes for many of us, our fears, because we are not used to tapping into that realm, because, just that stuff isn't really that type of awareness isn't really validated or encouraged to believe, encouraged to live by. For some of us, we've been taught to focus on what we see, focus on our circumstances, focus on the evidence, the physical evidence, and not what we feel, what we know spiritually, what we know intuitively. We haven't been taught to tap into that. We focus so much, for some of us, we focus so much, and I have focused so much on the 3D, or what our physical eyes have seen. And so the cycle breaks when you tap into. The cycle begins to break. The cycle begins to shift when you tap into what you are hearing, what you are feeling intuitively, what God has spoken to you, to your spirit that you know. And being able to walk out that requires you to plug within. Perfect analogy is, again, when I talked about not allowing what you see physically, or not allowing maybe like outside influences, or even your own defense mechanisms in your own mind to try to keep you guarded, or try to keep you protected. I've been there, to try to really keep you protected, and it keeps you protected from something that really isn't real. And it becomes a cycle until you decide to trust what God has told you, until you decide to lean into that. And so accepting that truth is everything. And then asking the questions, okay, well, how do I walk that out in my everyday life? And when you ask these questions, the answers will reveal.